Innovative.
It's your man Deshaun Showtime Watkins.
And I'm Cool Ass Cam, the coolest motherfucker on the planet.
And welcome to the culture of Comptonmania. And on this episode, we have the 2022 Fan of the Year, RAMATOR.
What's going on, LA? It's a pleasure to be here.
Man, what's the deal, RAMATOR? You be out there, the 2022 Fan of the Year. Are you excited about this season?
Definitely excited. A lot of possibilities. I know we're definitely going to be walking away with that Lombardi.
Ooh, and it will be in SoFi. Now, we finna get into this. Now, I want to ask you some questions before we start getting into the thick of the Ram situation of what's happening this year. What made you become a Ram fan?
Well, since I was a young kid, I just used to see, a lot of the kids in the local neighborhood with their jerseys. Basically, we grew up in a poor family, didn't have, money for a jersey. You used to draw, horns on a white shirt, go out there, play some concrete football, and, just love to see, McCutcheons out in the field, and it just, everything just became, just history. But, one of the biggest, dreams for me was just being able to walk into that Coliseum and just hear the cheers. I mean, from a small kid, it was phenomenal. It was just like walking in right now to SoFi. I mean, it's just an awesome experience.
Wow. So I can imagine you've been to a lot of games. What was the first Ram game you ever attended? Can you remember?
I think the first game that, I'd like to say it was an Arizona game.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay. And what made you believe that the Ram team would be your team for life?
One of the ends is that, I had actually gone down to the Coliseum. And, when I talk about McCutcheons, I'm going to tell you a quick, brief story.
Go ahead.
As a young kid, being there by myself and just, leaning over the rail. And this big, huge football player, just leaning over, and I walked down the little steps and, just picked me up and gave me a hug. And,
wow.
I didn't ask for anything. I mean, he was just, going out there and shaking hands, and he just saw me, and I had my T-shirt on with the, Ram horns, and people laughed at it. But I think in his heart, he knew what was going on.
Wow, that's dope to be picked up by a Ram legend. So obviously, you are the 2022 Fan of the Year. Tell us, how did that feel to be named that?
That was a pretty awesome experience. I mean,
Wow.
as a fan, just sitting there, you never think, about getting nominated. But, thanks to, my son who actually put my name in the nomination, and,
Wow,
just, the entire fan base, they just went crazy. I mean, it was just an unbelievable experience. I never thought of becoming Fan of the Year. I didn't ask for it. It was presented.
Man, and you do an amazing job. I mean, literally, when you go to the game, before the game, RAMATOR is out there taking pictures with everybody, the family. This dude is amazing. He'll bring you a drink too. When he see you sweating, when he going to it, he'll bring you something too. You one of the most coolest, vibiest fans out there, man. Real talk, very inclusive. And then too, what is something that people don't know about being Fan of the Year? Like, what does that mean? Like, what do you get? Or, you know what I mean?
Well, I think one of the ends that you get is, just, going down in football history, that can't be wiped out. I mean, you are the Fan of the Year. A lot of responsibility comes with it, because at that point in time, you're kind of like the Rambassador, the ambassador for the Rams. So it's always something that you want to go on ahead and just try to, do good things, show and put, your best foot forward, for the fan base.
Wow, so that means it's family oriented. You got to really be out there doing good work, and that's a real good thing. That's a real good thing. So let's talk about current Rams storylines. If the Rams season was to start tomorrow, what is your biggest confidence and your biggest concern with the team?
Wow, my biggest confidence is going to be that defensive line. I mean, that defensive line, it's a monstrous line.
It is.
You know, when you got somebody like Puna Ford just sitting right in that middle, and if everything comes out perfect, like I've been putting out on social media, Aaron Donald, 99
wow.
is 99% probably going to be a Ram this year. So 99 for 99, you got a left tackle there. And then to top it off, you got that edge coming in now.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God. We're talking about, where is that quarterback going to take that ball? He's going to be in the backfield.
Man,
he's
Miles,
not going to be underneath the center.
Yeah, and talking about Myles Garrett, wasn't it a 23.5 sacks last year?
Definitely.
Oh, my. And do you have any concerns?
You know what? The only concern that I would say on defensive end is probably, I'm not even worrying about the defense. I think one of my concerns is going to be probably on the offensive end. We talked earlier, and that's that left tackle in.
Eric Jackson.
Yep. Is he going to be down 1, 2, 3 games? What's his suspension looking like? Is it going to be just pushed off? When Big Wet left that corner, that left side of it, in my opinion, Stafford had to run a little bit more.
Oh yeah. Hey, that O-line is very crucial. So, what's one move the Rams made this offseason that fans aren't talking about enough?
I'm going to say Ty Simpson.
Okay.
And that's kind of like a little bit of a rattlesnake. It's, you hear the noise and you don't want to pick it up. But, hey, look, I always say this, I'm a fan, there's that little saying that, in Snead and McVay, we trust, they're the coaches, and I'm putting my, my confidence in them, that's above my pay grade. I'm just here to support them and cheer on our players and just support our fan base.
Okay. Now I got one for you. Which player has the most pressure this season?
That's a, I would say maybe Mumfield, but I'm going to tell you this much: that running back room, that's where it's going to be at.
Okay. Alrighty. And is this roster better than last year's roster?
Yeah, I would say definitely. It's a bigger roster, a lot more options. I know we're gonna, that tight end room, even though people said it's kind of crowded, it's gonna get used.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And we've got ball hawks on the defensive end too.
We do.
So we're not going to be falling into where everybody would say, hey, you know what, we're going to get rid of the ball real quick and dump it off, because you can't do that anymore.
Okay.
That's out.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. So let's talk about the foundation. Let's talk about Matthew Stafford real quick. How many good years do you think Matthew Stafford has left?
If we're lucky, we can get 3 years out of him.
Okay.
Once we win Super Bowl, I'm going to say when we win that Super Bowl, it's going to be this year. It's going to be Matthew Stafford's second ring. I think we'll probably get an extra year out of him. So we're going to be in a big chase for a quarterback.
That would be nice. Should the Rams already be planning for Stafford, life after Stafford, which I think we figure that they have with Ty Simpson, no?
Yeah. Well, look, I personally myself, it's too early. Mm-hmm. I mean, we've had only a couple practices, and they talk about the separation between Bennett and Simpson.
Yep.
It's way too early. Mm-hmm. Ty's a great mechanic inside the, when it comes to breaking down plays. In if you want to call him the classroom, he's still going to learn a lot of those plays. But once he gets his mechanics back on the field, behind Stafford, it's a great opportunity. So I'm going to stay positive with them, and if the Rams see that, they might use them as a tool and say, hey, you know what, we've trained them, let's trade them and pick somebody else up.
So the next question is, I think you kind of said that it's kind of too early, but say if Stafford was to retire tomorrow or whatever, who would you be more comfortable with leading us as quarterback, Ty Simpson or Stetson Bennett?
And Jimmy G hasn't retired yet, right?
Yeah, Jimmy G, please come, Jimmy G.
Look, again, I haven't seen enough evidence to be able to say one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
But look, with what we have right now, the arsenal, either two are going to be very great quarterbacks. In that excellent offensive line that we have there. I mean, we've got great quarterbacks, great tight ends, and great running backs too as well. So I mean, we've got so many tools there in that arsenal. It's successful.
Okay. Now let me ask you this question. I know before we've had this question on this podcast, but is Matthew Stafford the greatest quarterback in Rams history?
Wow.
Who
are we going to ignore
Roman
Roman Gabriel too? And
Roman Gabriel was that guy.
Yeah.
What about
Kurt Warner?
Kurt Warner, of course.
Well, Kurt Warner came in. Kurt Warner's a great quarterback, but I have to lean towards Matthew Stafford.
Okay. I think I'm a Matthew Stafford guy, so I'll say Stafford. So now let's talk about this receiver room. Which Rams receiver has the biggest breakout season coming? Ooh.
Look,
Whittington.
Yeah, I would say Whittington, but I think wow, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Yeah.
You still got Munfield.
Yeah.
You still you think CJ gonna do something? I heard some people in the chat saying CJ is gonna make some noise.
Well, look, I see CJ making it. I see Munfield. He's when he's hot, he's hot. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's a very good one. But you know what? I think I got to lean a little bit more with Munfield.
Okay. And who finishes with the most receiving yards? I think we probably can agree with who we think that's going to be.
I'm going to give that to Puka.
Yeah, definitely. Puka. Okay.
That's the man right there.
Is this the deepest receiver room the Rams have had in years? No. Not even close. No. I mean, I don't know. It depends, right?
Look, I'm partial, and I like to live in today. What happened yesterday is yesterday. Because then we kind of stick into seasons that of the past. You've had some great legends, some great rushers. That can stop somebody from being able to produce. But right now, I'm going to say we've got a great receiver room.
Okay. Now we're about to talk about the running game now. Here we go. Who gets more carries this year? Is it Blake? Is it Kyron? Is it Jaquez?
You know what? Man, I don't know. I've been watching, some of Quorum's, training, the same thing, with everybody across the board. But I'm gonna have to go Kyrie.
Yeah, Kyron.
Yep.
Kyron
Williams.
Does the offense need to rely more on the run than it did recently?
You know what? That I don't think we're gonna be relying that much on the run. I just see that, there's gonna be some, opportunities that, if we see that we're not able to get those long yards, we can pick away at it, with the running back room.
Okay.
because 5 and 10s, they put a lot of hurt and a lot of wear and tear on the defense, and then that's when you can get somebody like Puka, and Devontae,
Yep.
especially Devontae, he you send him out.
Yeah.
I mean, that boy's gone like a jet.
Yeah, and I noticed too, Devontae last year he was open a lot that Stafford didn't see him too.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, he's a pretty big target.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Which running back surprises people this season?
I'm gonna go back with Williams.
Okay. Now we're gonna get into the Sean McVay discussion. Is Sean McVay already on the Mount Rushmore of NFL coaches?
Most definitely.
Mount Rushmore?
Yep.
I love Sean. He's my favorite coach of all time, but Mount Rushmore of coaches, he got to win a couple more.
I got to give it to Sean. I mean, he's put together, a team where between him and Snead, and it's just who thought of F them picks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that was something that nobody, thought of. We talked with, I'll be nice, but it was a Raider guy, earlier. He talked about, having to buy, players and stuff. But I mean, this guy thought of stuff that no other coach thought of.
Yeah, Sean is the man. Sean, they also for preseason we wouldn't play our starters, and everybody thought we were crazy for that. Les Snead is legendary. I love the whole front office.
Oh, you remember last year when we preseason with the Chargers? Look what happened to them.
Yeah,
they elected to to play some of their starters, and our backups put them out.
Yeah. What's the most underrated thing McVay does that fans don't notice?
Underrated. That's pretty hard. I think, I would say coming down to some of his trick plays, Sometimes, you're looking for a run or something, and, he pulls something out of the hat that you're not expecting. I don't know if that answers it good enough, but
no, that's pretty good. I would just say his leadership and how he is very aware of what every player does on a team. But yeah, I think McVay is great. If you could ask McVay one question, what would it be?
Give me a left tackle, please.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's get into some hot takes. Okay.
All right.
Give me one Rams hot take that'll have fans mad in the comments. I'm gonna try to think of one too. Cam, can you think of anything that'll make the Rams hot in the comments?
At the moment.
Let me see. I was okay. Oh my God. So Jones, who now play for the Enemigos, the Seattle Seahawks. I hate that we let him get away. I don't know if but I do like the landman, but maybe that's one thing. I don't know.
Don't know. Maybe Verse?
Yeah, that was, that hurt it, but, and we going to find out if it really was worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got to get that ring. Okay, so what's one Rams opinion you'll never change? Want me to go first?
Yeah.
Patriots cheated first time. I'll never change that.
Yeah. We had that conversation earlier.
Yeah. You say?
I say, I would say Patriots, Tom
Okay.
Brady's, I would say, good quarterback, legendary quarterback, cheating a fraud, if you want to put it that.
Okay.
I'm pretty tough on Tom Brady.
Yeah, he's still a GOAT, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't want to give it to him, though.
Yeah. I definitely feel that same energy. Which Ram player is being overrated? Overrated. Let's see. Overrated.
Well, that's a good one.
I don't know. There isn't, like, when we first came to LA, it was Alec Ogletree used to get on my nerves because I thought Alec Ogletree was super talented, but he would keep getting dumb penalties. I can't think of overrated. A player that slept on, though, which is the next question. A player that I feel like people don't really get to see. I know this is wild, but it's Tyler Higbee. Tyler Higbee makes a huge difference for the Rams as far as underrated. Overrated, I couldn't think of nobody, but underrated, I feel like Tyler Higbee is huge for the Rams, which is why I think they gave him a couple of more years, and who is arguably one of the Rams' greatest tight ends in Rams history.
Well, I love Tyler Higbee, you know. But yeah, you know what? I'm gonna lean with Higbee. Big Hig.
I would say Blake Corum too, but I think I would just give it to Higgs because he been there longer.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna ask that one. Is kind of too cheesy. Let's go into the NFC West. Which division rival do you hate playing the most?
The Niners.
I can't stand the Niners, but I love playing them. I just don't like when we lose because oh man, oh my God, I can't stand the Niners.
The escalator gang. That's what we know.
Yes, when they going down that escalator is so beautiful. Who worries you the most this season in the West?
I would say probably Seattle.
Seattle, yeah.
You know,
I would say Seattle.
I mean, they didn't beat us. I mean, we gave that game away to them. Yeah. I'm not going to give them that win. Bad calls, but you know, I'm going to give them the W because I can take a W, okay, and an L, but yeah, I just don't feel that they really came out where I could say, they dominated the game and they buried us.
Our DBs was getting cooked. I mean, what was it? Rashid Shaheed was cooking Darius Williams. I can just see that touch, and it was the drop fumble. Smith has got to bring it this year. You know what I mean? Kobe Parkinson dropped a wide open pass that would have led to the touchdown. Yeah. Do the Rams win the NFC West this year?
Definitely.
Okay. Alrighty. Now a couple of fan questions. What's the best away stadium you've ever visited?
I like Kansas City.
Ooh. Wow, I would love to go to Kansas City. That was an amazing experience.
Kansas City.
Okay.
Another one, which is not, I mean, it's a funky stadium, but I would say Arizona.
Okay.
Another one. Vegas is like visiting the Coliseum, but just, up to date.
Okay.
Dallas is another one. Dallas is pretty cool.
Okay.
But legendary, I'd have to say Green Bay.
Ooh, I would love to go to Lambeau Field.
Colder.
Wow.
Yeah. You freeze and I become a popsicle there.
This will come in handy in Green Bay, no?
Well, the good thing is, I could literally bundle up on this and it takes all weather. I think I'm about probably one of the only super fans who can actually stand directly in the rain.
Okay. Who is your favorite Ram of all time?
Well, as of today, I'll go Matthew Stafford.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we finna do a game called This or That, all right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. So, who was the better Super Bowl team? The Super Bowl that won it in 22, your year, or the greatest show on turf? This or that?
Oh my God, that is. I'm gonna have to be biased only because it's 22, but
yep.
That was a good one. But greatest show on turf, I mean, oh my God, That was a phenomenal team, though.
Yeah, they was dope.
I mean, who would have thought Kurt Warner coming out of a grocery store would take? You know, I
Right.
think that's the greatest insult to all NFL quarterbacks. You work so hard, and all of a sudden, some guy comes out of the grocery store, and I mean, just whoops you.
That's probably one of the greatest NFL stories of all times. Okay. So you pick 22, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 22.
Okay. Aaron Donald or Deacon Jones?
Ooh. If I take Deacon there, and I'll get mad at me. But you know what? Hey, for the numbers, I got to swing a little bit out to 99.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go with Donald too. I was actually seeing it. Cooper Kupp or Isaac Bruce?
Oh, I got it. I got a little bit of history out there with Cooper. I mean, man.
Yeah, they both wind up playing for the enemigos.
Yeah, you know what? But I'll go Isaac.
Okay. Dang, that's tough.
I like Bruce.
That is tough. I do like Bruce. But
you know what? It's kind of funny is that between both of those two, I remember my kids, they would say, hey, why are they booing them,
Yeah.
Because they would go, Bruce, Coop,
Yeah.
Those are two legendary players, that had their own, kind of their own cheer.
Yep. Okay. Tailgating or watching it at home?
Ah, man, if I say, tailgating, my wife might get mad because she say, well, you're not watching it at home with me. The wifey catch 22. If anybody's married out there, you'll know. But no, you know what? Tailgating has a great experience. It means a lot of things to different people. But tailgating is always a great experience. It brings a lot of camaraderie. To be able to come in and, it's kind of like that warm up. That stretch that you got before you step in that stadium, and you let all hell loose. On the enemy.
Okay. Primetime game or Sunday afternoon?
Ooh, you know what? I love prime time.
Yeah, prime time gets it for me. Okay. Rapid fire. When I say something, you just give me a name. All right? So, MVP.
Stafford.
Offensive breakout.
Mumfield.
Okay. Defensive breakout.
Ooh, wow. Good one. I think we're going to see something out of Puna Ford this year.
Okay. Rookie to watch.
Of course, it's going to be Ty.
Okay. Best rival.
Best rival, I'm going to have to go with Seattle.
Biggest upset.
That we're going to get upset by?
Or who I guess. Okay. Yes. Or no. Who will we? Yeah, I guess because we're like the favorite.
I don't know. I think if we're going to get upset by somebody, it's going to be somebody who we slept on for years, and it's probably going to be some dumb thing like the Cardinals.
I was thinking the same thing. Record prediction.
Ooh, that's a very hard one.
Ooh, I'm gonna say 13 games.
I don't know.
Okay.
Don't know. I might even go to 14.
Okay.
But 13 sounds like a good number. But nah, I'm gonna probably go with 14 because I think we can push that extra game on there.
Okay. Alrighty. Now we just finna finish strong. Why should someone become a Ram fan today?
The Rams are a great team.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great family environment. Not only that, not only do we have legends currently playing on our team that are going to go down, wearing some gold jackets.
Mm-hmm.
LA's made history.
Yes.
That stadium that was built for the fans was built in Inglewood for the Los Angeles fan.
Yeah.
It's one of the best stadiums in the NFL. I've traveled a lot of stadiums. It's got a lot of accommodations, for people that are in wheelchairs, for the elderly, for the younger fan. It's got a lot of activities, especially for the youth. So if you're a parent and you want to bring out, your child out, we do have, a lot of activities out there. So we have an opportunity to have a fan base, young and old, to be accommodated. But definitely, Rams are definitely the team to be on.
Awesome. And I would also add to that too. Like we were the first to put the logo on the helmets.
Oh, definitely. Yep.
We drafted the first black player. We won the first championship in LA.
First team in LA.
Yeah, we got the blue and gold until my body turns cold. Yeah, those are a lot of reasons. What does it mean being fan of the year beyond football?
Yeah. So beyond football, I've got approached by, a lot of different charities, everything from autism, to cancer, church activities. It's just there's a lot that have been, called upon schools. So I think it's, this character has brought a lot, to a lot of joy out to, the community itself in general in raising, funds and giving cheers, to those, there's some kids that are out there that are brokenhearted that, love to see me, and, I come up and I give them a hug, and, I end up finding out, a child, has some, terminal, illness, and, it breaks your heart, man, because underneath this mask, I'm a father, I'm a grandfather, and, I'm a human. And when parents come and bring a child and, you hold them and you hear their story, it's I guess I'm not the regular, fan that's out there. It's just, I got dropped into something that I had no idea.
That's what's up. Alrighty. Well, I just got these 6 things. I need you to give me a 1 through 10, and then we're gonna be done. So you give me a number 1 through 10. All right. What would you rate the Rams offense this year?
9.
Okay. Rams defense.
10.
Sean McVay.
10.
Matthew Stafford.
10.
Super Bowl chances.
10.
Draft class.
7.
Nice. Now, where can people find you? What you got going on, and tell people about the club. I mean, your spot and everything.
All right. Well, you can visit me on the internet, www.ramator.com. If you're on Instagram and Facebook, you can visit me at Ramator NFL. And, I'm walking pretty much every single tailgate. You can find me throughout the stadium, at any of the, I would say, pretty much on the 100 section is where I normally roam at. And then I do go up to the 500s and 200s.
Man, dude, it's been an honor and a privilege to have the 2022 Fan of the Year Ramator in the building. What I've learned today is not only is he a great family man, he's a Ram fan. I've been knew he was a Ram fan, but he's a family man, and he really cares about people. He really does. And he really does, like a Leo Rush voice. So, man, I appreciate you. I see all the hard work he does. Like I say, even at the games, he takes pictures with everybody. Coolest guy in the building. Man, Ramator, it's been a pleasure.
Pleasure's here. Oh, yeah.
Woozy.
Let's go.